Ostracized by the church. Who touched my clothes? Chidinma stood outside Yorkdale Presbyterian Church with the hem of her coat fluttering in the late summer breeze. Inside, the choir was already singing, voices rising like smoke, like prayer. Her hands trembled as she touched the old oak door. She hesitated. It had been 12 years. 12 years of appointments, surgeries, hormone therapy, second opinions, and quiet breakdowns in fluorescent-lit bathrooms. 12 years of a body that leaked life instead of holding it. One doctor called it a chronic uterine hemorrhage. Another told her it was fibroids, maybe cancer. Maybe it was just stress. Deep down, it felt like the slow unraveling of her soul. The bleeding started after her second miscarriage. This bleeding was internal, steady, private, a dull ache in her pelvis that never stopped. She started calling it the Red River. Her best friend Dreens called it hell. She had tried everything: clean eating, acupuncture, prayer lines. She even traveled to an underground healer in Queens, New York, who claimed to speak to angels. Nothing worked. The blood always returned, a cruel red reminder that something inside her was broken. Her husband left her 5 years ago. Said he didn't get married to live inside a hospital. He couldn't live with hope turning sour month after month. She didn't blame him. What hurt more was the silence from the church. They meant well at first, but over time the prayer list stopped including her name. The invitation for family gatherings and suddenly stopped. They had baptisms to celebrate, weddings to plan, lives to live. Her suffering had become inconvenient, especially now that she has no husband. But today something pulled her to Yorkdale Presbyterian Church, a modernist-style chapel from the mid-20th century, notable for its square footprint and curved roof and a flood-lit exterior cross projects onto the building at night. There was a woman guest speaker, a pastor from Ghana, known for her healing ministry, young female, unusual. She wasn't like the other pastors she met. No fear in her eyes, no fake warmth either. She came with a mission. She didn't preach as the other pastors do, she was teaching. That alone made her dangerous. Chidinma didn't believe in that kind of thing anymore. Not really, but something inside her whispered, just go. She didn't have the will to cry anymore. She would just waited, leaked, and survived. She walked in and sat at the back unnoticed. The sanctuary smelled like old wood, candle wax, and lavender oil. The speaker stood calmly, speaking about the woman in the Gospels who had bled for 12 years. Chidinma's breath caught in her throat. She didn't ask for an audience, the preacher said, her voice soft but steady. She didn't wait for permission. She reached out and touched the edge of his cloak, believing that was enough. And he said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well." Stay tuned for part 2 of Church Gist and Wahala.